Good morning. I'm Ranger Curtis Kukal with Bellevue Parks and Community Services. Thank you for joining me today at Weowna Park. Today I'd like to talk to you about a biological and cultural treasure, old growth legacy trees. Prior to European settlement, the forests in what would become Bellevue were dominated by old growth conifers. Peaking around the turn of the 19th century, almost all these forests were clear-cut for market. But if you know where to look and what to look for, you can still find a few old growth trees scattered around the city. These trees survived both logging and the intervening disturbances of the past 100 years. We call these survivors legacy trees. Weowna Park is one of the best locations in Bellevue to find old growth. The overwhelming majority of trees in Bellevue are not old growth. By and large, they're the trees that grew up following logging. Finding a legacy tree like this one is very special and shouldn't be expected with every visit to a park. But if these trees were so desirable to loggers, why were any left behind? By and large, these trees had what they considered to be defects in the lower portion of the tree, like long bends. Some of these trees were found in inaccessible locations, like steep hillsides. Identifying legacy trees isn't as simple as just looking at the size of the tree. Old growth trees exhibit certain growth characteristics, and that's what we need to look for. Almost all of the legacy trees in Bellevue are Douglas fir, so that's the species we'll focus on. Younger Douglas fir trees have hard and bony bark with shallow fissures at the lower part of the tree. Old growth trees have bark that is soft and flaky with deep fissures. Sometimes the bark shows charcoal. Young Douglas firs exhibit pinwheel or whorled branching. On legacy trees, there are few or no branches visible in the lower part of the tree. These branches were shaded out and rotted away. Even the branch scars are gone. Old growth Douglas firs often exhibit large or gnarly epicormic branching. These branches grow in all directions to catch the light that begins to become available when neighboring trees die. Finally, since very old trees usually don't grow much in height, existing branches can grow very large, even higher up in the tree. In contrast, younger trees will have many smaller and dainty branches, often still showing that characteristic pinwheel growth form. Bellevue's legacy trees are cultural treasures. Even individual old growth trees can be very valuable to wildlife species like bats and swifts. These trees are a tangible connection to a vastly different time for our forests. Please, help us protect them by staying on trails, which avoids trampling their root systems. Make sure to be careful with anything that can start a wildfire, like cigarettes or barbecues, and never carve into tree bark or pull it off. Finally, if you want to learn more about old growth forests in Washington State or Bellevue's Forest Management Program, please check out the links below. I hope you can get out into the Bellevue Park system and find some of these amazing trees for yourself. Happy trails!